Okay, Nwpo versus Rezears. I think we're ready to go. Let me just get us into the lobby here, see if the players are both present. Nwpo's requested blue side, which is great because I already had him on the blue. Makes sense with these flags. Green definitely suits the blue side, and the Germany flag absolutely suits the orange side here. And oh, I've left the bots on. Whoops. Wait, how are bots on? I swear I swear this always happens, but I never turned bots on. When did I when did I do that? I don't even understand how that could happen. Favorite movie of all time? That's a tough one. I don't actually know. Yeah, I don't know what my favorite movie would be. I think like when I was growing up. Oh, I just realized, yeah, the scrim score is still there. That's let me get rid of that. For Nwpo versus Rezears, yeah, favorite movie, maybe Dark Knight. Yeah, was it? Yeah, the first Dark Knight film. That was probably my favorite movie. I've not seen it for years, but when I watched that, I was like, wow, that was something. Okay, we've got a channel point prediction up, so you can. Actually, we don't have a matchup prediction, but yeah, we've got a goal margin prediction. That's an interesting one. I like that. Good job to whoever did it. My personal guess is that the goal difference in this game will be 2. I think game 1 will be a 2-goal difference. Very tough to predict. I'm going to give Nwpo the edge, but Rezears is a monster, and if he pops off, he can be very, very difficult to stop. We've all seen what he can do in offense. He could do different styles of offense. I mean, this is one of the styles he'll do. What a save though. That's ridiculous stuff on defense by Nwpo. Yeah, like I was saying, there's a couple of different styles of offense you're likely to see from Rezears today. One of them is the very mechanical aerial focus gameplay. The other one is just the volume of shots that he'll put on from the ground game. He's rushing down the middle here, not giving Nwpo any time to really recover, but Nwpo does so well to get goal side of the ball once again. He knows that Rezears has got the boost advantage, but this is just perfectly played by Nwpo. Ridiculous defense, and the first real chance he gets, he scores. No, I'm not sick. Don't worry. I was doing a lot of shouting yesterday. I was out with some friends, but now I'm fine, totally fine. I'll be back to 100% tomorrow. Don't worry. I know I'm usually pretty good with knowing my limits these days, with at least with vocals. I think years of casting helps with that, but yeah, I'm fine. A lot of people asking, but no, I'm good. Don't worry. Doma Super Trap, thanks for the 3-month Prime. Welcome back to channel to you. You've been spelling Byers Road as Byers Road, so there's a street in Glasgow called Byers Road, B-Y-E-R-S. You've been spelling it wrong your entire life. It does sound like Byers, to be fair. Rezears ties us up. He's had more like possession, Rezears, but Nwpo's doing a great job of fighting him back. I love the little wave dash recoveries they've both gone for here. This is pretty cool. Rezears able to make it work. He had the wave dash on the kickoff. Nwpo actually wave dashing off the bump, but he couldn't get back to this in time. I don't know if there's any other scrims happening today. I'm not going to be streaming scrims actually. We had a change of plan. Like I said at the start of the stream, I think a lot of the teams are moving to their bootcamp facilities today, or rather from their bootcamp facilities to the actual RLCS practice rooms, getting that all set up today, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Nwpo's offense is very aerial focused. I think the reason for that, I think the reason that Nwpo plays such an aerial focused offense, what a pre-jump, this is insane. The reads that Nwpo's putting up, and defensively right now, especially, have been unreal. I mean, some of these goal line saves and that pre-jump, really putting on a clinic in defense, and he catches Rezears out of position with the fast shot. It just shows that he's not only a bag of mechanics, he's got the positional plays too. He knew that Rezears wanted that boost, just shoots straight away instead of taking his time, and ties the game once again. Yeah, like I was saying, the reason that I think Nwpo goes through so much offense in the air in 1v1 is because for him, it's not even risky. You know, he really is pushing the boundaries of what is considered a risk in Rocket League, and him, like many players before him, have done the same thing. You know, raising the bar and proving that shots that were one time considered too risky to do in 1v1 or too risky to do often in 1v1 are actually just perfectly fine now. AJ benched by FaZe for the major? You're joking. I saw that AJ was having flight problems, but there's no way he's not missing the major, is he? Surely not. His flight was cancelled. He's arriving in London on Tuesday. Okay. Well, I hope he makes it, because the event starts on Wednesday, so they're going to need him. They're definitely going to need him. I don't know who FaZe sub is, actually, off the top of my head. Another kickoff goes Rezears' way. He's had the edge from the mid-game when it comes to kickoffs. It might be time for Nwpo to start switching things up a little bit here. Yeah, the majority of our LCS subs are not really substitutes. Oh dear, Rezears very out of the game again. That's a mistake. And he does get punished. Yeah, he just takes a bad shot, and instead of really wasting a lot of time there, he ends up getting scored on with another positional misplay. The other one was more of a, I'd say, an outplay from Nwpo, where he just spotted Rezears going for a back corner boost, but that one was, I think that one was definitely on Rezears. It wasn't an outplay. No, Nwpo just saw that the net was wide open. Is AJ the only guy, the only player who's had, well, or the only person who's had flight problems with their travel to London so far? Love the little delay here from Nwpo. He's challenged early in the corner there. Rezears didn't expect him to be doing that, and Rezears really ended up quite far away from the play there, clearly committing very hard as he pushes another kickoff around the right-hand side. Nwpo trying to go for the double save, can't get there. Like I said already, I think it might be time for Nwpo to start going for some different kinds of approaches in the kickoff. You might want to just half flip or fake it on the diagonal. He's getting farmed in kickoffs at the moment. Okay, finally gets one though. Goes big on the inside, and that proves to be enough. So Rezears very much side onto the ball, trying to push it in the outside edge. Nwpo counters that by getting goal side, flipping towards the middle. He's another one actually. Great little comeback here by Nwpo when it comes to the kickoff game. He was able to keep this game close, and he was able to stay either one goal back or tied with incredible defense and clinical finishing with his opportunities that he did get. And now he has fixed one aspect of the game that was really not going his way. That was the kickoff game, and now that is working out just fine also. So, one goal game again. I said 2, so one. You know, the reason I said 2 is because I didn't expect this to go to overtime for game 1. We're probably seeing overtime at some point this series, but I didn't expect it to be game 1. They both try and figure each other out. But I could see, I was expecting, as we actually do head to overtime, and I look like an idiot, but I was expecting that we might get you know, a 1 goal difference and then an overextension trying to tie the game, and somebody rolls the ball in for a 2-goal lead. Let's see if we can get an overtime and guarantee the 1 goal difference for everybody who voted for that in the chat. Nwpo's got a lot of boost here, but still a bit of work to do in defense. Into overtime we go. So I was wrong. It's a 1 goal game. Who's going to get it? Rezears makes a kickoff. Oh my goodness. Nwpo nearly snuck a shot directly past him. It was a very, very late fake in the kickoff there. There was no shot he's getting back to it, but Nwpo's charged in. Doesn't get oh my goodness. What just happened? Nwpo missed the challenge. Rezears missed the open net. I can't believe this. He tried to turtle it in, and he chipped it off target. It was already going in. He saved his own shot. He didn't just miss it. He saved it. Well, I am baffled. That might be a bit of an obvious script set up there from Rezears, and now he's going to lose. That's just game over. Nwpo takes his time and wins game 1. You've got to be joking, Rezears. Oh no, what was he thinking? Oh, that is absolutely hilarious. Devastating defeat. Rezears did so well. He came back from 2 down late in the game, only to completely throw it away in overtime with the worst open net miss I've seen in a while. He tried to pop the ball with the little self-righting mechanism, the little flip that you get when you tap X while upside down. And it did not go to plan. So one game through Nwpo, not in the manner that I was expecting. Let's see if we get a more standard game here. If nothing else, Rezears does look like he's playing very well today. He's had a couple of Showmatch appearances where he just can't get it together mechanically, and you can see it really affects his confidence. That's not something that really... I've never seen Nwpo struggle with this. He is just a pillar of consistency when it comes to mechanics. Today, Rezears makes look on, and strategically, he's always a monster. Thought about delaying the flick. Instead, goes low with a 50 for 2-0. He probably didn't want to flip into that with a flick because it didn't sit too nicely. I doubt the flick would have been too quick from that position. Notice again, Rezears forcing the ball to the outside in a lot of kickoffs here. Whenever Nwpo tries to do the same thing, Rezears is winning the kickoffs. Flip reset, double tap, tight angle, and in. Unreal reaction there from Rezears. He saw the challenge coming towards him and still managed to get the ball over the top of the challenge and keep control of his car, keep control of the ball to put it in on the rebound. One reset for Nwpo. He's just going to settle for that. Floor pinches it straight at Rezears. Doesn't want to go for the boost steal here because he's worried that Rezears will be able to fight him for it. Nice little turnaround there from Rezears. Half flip challenge. Doesn't have any boost to get underneath the ball, but now creating a bit of space for himself as he moves to the left. Nwpo maybe trying to pinch the ball clear, but funnily enough, he's kept control of it and does not panic. Oh, whoa, what is going on here? That is a pretty bizarre play by Nwpo, and now he's flipped past the ball. Rezears is up 4 goals off the back of a couple of panic misplays. Did Nwpo try and bump Rezears there? He turned off ball cam, and I'm not sure if he was trying to bump Rezears. It definitely looked like he was closer to bumping Rezears than hitting the ball, but why not just play the ball? I'm not sure. Now he gets the possession off the kickoff, grabs the boost as well. Rezears has to lunge for a 0 boost stealing challenge. He does very well. Oh yeah, I say 0 boost. I meant 1 boost stealing challenge, which he's clearly saved for a rainy day. We're not on Manfield Stormy, so he might have to wait a while. Nwpo, ground shot straight at Rezears. His placement definitely lacking in this game. And unlike game number 1 now, Rezears refusing to get baited with that boost grab. And actually stays ready for the shot. Conceded a couple of goals by playing for the boost when he really should be covering the net in the last game. No mistakes like that in game number 2. Yeah, anyone who's just tuned in, I'll say it again, no, we're not going to be casting scrims. I thought we'd be doing scrims today, but yeah, Falcon's scrim that we were going to do an hour ago got cancelled. So that's what we're doing. That's where we're just jumping straight into 1v1s. 5-0. What turnaround from the first game this is. Rezears has, I think, made less positional mistakes. That's really limited Nwpo's opportunities. And Nwpo's struggling, actually, to get those top corners, even get any corners with his accuracy. Too many shots going straight at Rezears. Too many shots going slowly towards the net. He's got it up the ante here. He's going to do it soon because Rezears is not a player who's known for conceding goals in quick succession. That's a lovely turnaround, but Nwpo's missed the open net, and he's actually briefly thought about just waiting for the goal to happen at the other end. He has recovered, but he missed the boost as well. Oh dear, Nwpo's just completely capitulated in game number 2 here. It's all gone wrong. Everything that could go wrong in that, I'd say that lap around the pitch went wrong for Nwpo. It looks like he's going to get his first goal of the game though. Pay attention to what kickoff it is. It's the one that he was losing a lot earlier, so even though Rezears was winning a lot of kickoffs on this side, he's still able to turn it around. Nwpo's able to mechanically execute to a higher level, change the tune Rezears was dominating with earlier on. So Rezears will somehow throw this. It doesn't look likely. He is on fire. 7-1 with just less than 2 minutes to go. The German really showing up in the second game here, showing us that He should have had the lead all along. That first game thrown away by him. You gotta think surely he can't make the same mistake here. Ones is so surgical now. Yeah, Ones is very, very surgical. I like that description. It's an accurate one. I mean, Ones is just... It's getting to such a ridiculous level. You know, almost anything goes now. You can... anything that is possible in the game is viable because recoveries are so good. Hold on a second here. Was it 15 seconds ago that we saw 7-1 and now it's 7-4? Surely Rezears can get into a midfield play here. He's conceding so many goals. Back to back to back right now, and he's going to lose another boost off kickoff. This is interesting. A position Nwpo will favour himself in. He doesn't have a flip to work with. Wasn't able to get much play on the bounce either. He was a bit worried there that Rezears might actually challenge. That's why Nwpo played the ball in a hurry, and Rezears now is in a much better position. He's got his boost control. Manages to scare Nwpo off his own back corner boost there. And loops back around for the 8th goal of the game. Nwpo with a bit of a mistake in an attempt to hit the ball into the corner wall. He's hit it into the side wall too close to Rezears. You know, he might have actually meant to hit that into the side wall. It might not be a mechanical misplay there, but definitely a misplay when it comes to decision making because Rezears was clearly beating him to that position. Yeah, well done. Rezears is iced up here, so making sure that he's not going to throw away this lead. You gotta think now it is beyond all doubt that he's won this. It's one more possession and he'll be good. I really don't see Nwpo winning 5 kickoffs in dominant fashion in a row here. Yeah, definitely though, I'd say Rezears has been the more consistent player in the past 2 games now that we've seen. They started off the other way around though. It was Nwpo who was more consistent. He was forcing misplays out of Rezears and catching Rezears out of position when he chose to over-prioritize boost. So you got to give credit to Rezears. He's the one who's upped his game here. He's the one who's ironed out those mistakes. And now it is up to Nwpo to elevate. He has to produce the kind of shots and the kind of goals that we're used to seeing from him if he's going to be able to beat Rezears today. Rezears clearly at a very high level. Yeah, I'm hoping we're going to get another 1v1 after this one. So, still trying to confirm as we go through this show match who the next one's going to be. We've got Evo ready to play, but not many players his level from NA online right now. So it's hopefully going to be doable. What do I think of adding forfeits to show matches? You know, you mean like in that situation where it's a 5-goal difference late in the game? I've always said to players that they can do that, but generally in ones people just play it out. They just want to play it out, you know, keep the mechanics nice and warm. Maybe get a couple of goals for the road before going into the next game. Maybe I spoke too soon earlier. I said that Nwpo just seems to always nail the mechanical aspects of the game, but he's getting it a bit wrong every now and then here. That was another instance of it where the shot was lacking. He's having to use a lot of boost just to get back to the ball after an awkward air dribble takeoff. So Nwpo definitely has levels that he can go above where he's at right now. We've seen him, I'd say, not just 1 gear, probably 2 gears higher than this last time he was on stream. No reset again. He's just air dribbling, looking for the block at the end of it all. Rezears, he can tell that there's no flip for Nwpo, so he's just calmly waiting behind the ball. Nwpo getting a great read on what his opponent's capable of, but oh dear, he leaves the ball to go for boost at the worst possible time. Rezears just walks it into the net, realizing that there wasn't even a possibility of a challenge. Yeah, I'm trying to get a Banana Head show match tomorrow maybe. So yesterday I said I probably won't be able to stream tomorrow, but I think I'm going to sneak in a 1-hour stream because I don't have to go to the airport tomorrow. My flight for London is tomorrow night, but I don't have to go to the airport until something like 6 p.m. So I've got plenty of time throughout the day to get packed properly. I'm always somebody who's packing the last day. Hopefully I've not forgotten anything. Yeah, and then still I can maybe sneak a stream in and go to the airport after. Oh, this is going to be a tilter for Nwpo. I can already see that he's getting a bit frustrated with how this series is going and how these couple of games have gone, but he needs to focus up here. Rezears is just too good to lose if you're having an off day like this. If anybody has an off day against Rezears, they're going to lose. He is that level of player. I'd say he's just one level below the absolute beasts at the moment. You know, your top tier of players. Let's say the top 10 players in the world. Rezears is probably somewhere 11th to 20th, I would say. So any of those guys, literally anyone in the world who's having an off day, Rezears will beat you. He's that level. He's good enough to beat anyone unless they play their absolute best. And I don't think Rezears has even peaked all time. I expect more from him. He just gets better and better every time we see him play. He's absolutely destroying Nwpo here in a way that I certainly didn't expect. I don't think many of you guys watching would have seen this coming. Yes, Nwpo has looked a bit awkward at times. His shooting doesn't look like it's all there today. And some of his decision making as well has been questionable. I think that's more to, well, when it comes to decision making at least, more to do with Rezears making Nwpo feel awkward and making him feel pretty helpless at times in these games. But Rezears, though, still has to be careful. You know, the lead started to crumble pretty quickly. He had a 6-goal lead in the last game, got sliced in half in a matter of seconds. So he does have to be very careful here not to get carried away. He's dominating, but Nwpo is always dangerous. He's always capable of coming back. I'd love to see Nwpo just getting faster resets in the ball today, though. I don't know if you guys have noticed or if this is something weird to you guys as well, but I often, when I watch Nwpo play, just notice that he's got a reset at all times. He's always got a flip. He's one of those players that he always just has a flip whenever he wants one. But today, his air dribble setups and his aerial game hasn't been too reset focused. It's been mostly about just air dribbling and pushing the ball into Rezears. Floor pinching as well has been something he's gone to quite a few times, floor or even just wave dash 50-50s and goal lines. I'd love to see more reset play from Nwpo. That's a solid read though. Rezears quickly darts around and sweeps the ball to safety. And that's the kind of play Nwpo needs to be making if he's going to keep chipping away at the lead and keep the comeback alive. Rezears just refusing to dodge into the ball here. Nwpo wants him to flip. He wants him to land out of position. He almost got Rezears on the wrong side of the ball there. He will have to go past him, and that's not something he can do. Another goal line 50-50. Well defended by Rezears. You've got to do something different. Nwpo's got to start air dribble bumping. He's got to start going for resets, I think. Because these air dribble 50-50s, these low 50-50s in the goal line as well, are just not working anywhere near enough to warrant him doing it this often. Rezears walking quite easily. He's strolling along now to a 2-1 lead in the series. Cheese Touch, thanks for 27-month Prime, and also Red Selman for 46-month year 1. Appreciate the huge resubs here, guys. Also T Dog, thanks for the 11-month Prime. Or 21, yeah, so no, it is 11, I can't read, 11. Sorry for taking a while to shout those out. Hope you're all still here, hope you're all having a good weekend so far. 2 times in a row, we've had 7-1 scores in favor of Rezears. A fitting scoreline for a German to lead by. But this one was even, I think, less impressive from Nwpo. Because the last game had a flurry at the start. Rezears took a fast lead. Then Nwpo started to come back. Rezears solidified and held onto the lead, but overall, you know, still a dominant win for Rezears. The second game, though, I'd say it's more of a dominant performance because Nwpo just looks lost. He doesn't look like he knows what to do in offense. Whether that is a lack of confidence in his mechanics today, whether it's you know, something small missing, like sometimes you play when you're playing Rocket League, something like your first touch is off, or every power shot you take just doesn't really go as fast as you're used to. Whatever it is, he's got to figure it out right now, and he's got to make it work. Because Rezears has been consistent, and he's not throwing away easy goals like he did in Game 1. He's been such a solid player in the second and third games that these two have played. Nwpo's going to get an early lead here. Little floor pinch to tap it in the back post corner. And he's got to try and build on this now. Try to get his nose in front and keep it there. Okay, there we go. 2-0. Bar down and in. Rezears had a little bit of... I'd say, yeah, he definitely had a chance to save that one. Or it definitely had a chance to play the ball. He's probably trying to fake out Nwpo there. He's probably trying to jump and bait Nwpo into flipping away from the ball. Just going to go get boost. But yeah, Nwpo obviously not going to do that until he's absolutely sure that Rezears is leaving the area. It's a big shot. Oh, that's a great save into phenomenal recovery with just enough power to catch Nwpo off his goal line. And that's not something you see too often. Nwpo, such a fast player, but not fast enough to get back for that one. Oh, Betsy, thanks to the 2-month prime. And also Locker McQueen, thanks to the 16-month prime. Welcome back, guys. Well, that's stunning. Chain dashes, necessary ones as well, to set up a goal line save from Nwpo, but in his attempt to sneak a reverse challenge in, he gets scored on again. Let's watch Rezears' POV of this one. I think he could see exactly where Nwpo was in the run-up to this. He saw him hiding behind the ball, knew what that meant, and flicked it top corner. And the good news for Rezears there is that even if Nwpo doesn't challenge, it's still a top corner flick. It could still be a goal. And even if it's not a goal, you're forcing Nwpo to use boost, you're forcing him to jump, and that puts him in a tough position. Nwpo saving all 100 of his boost here. Fake jumps again to back up Rezears, who is leaving a bit of space between the two. Once more, the shot is not good enough. It's straight at Rezears. You know, where are the top corner shots from Nwpo that we've been so used to seeing recently? Rezears shows him how it's done. 3-2. Just too good. He has just been too good today. Just a difference in quality of shooting. Quite clear to see. Oh, there we go. That's much better. So Nwpo actually bangs in another shot from a low boost position after a kickoff. He's done this twice this game. But for some reason, when he's in midfield play, when he's got a free run at Rezears, the quality of his shots has not been at this level. It's when he just has to go for it and he's got one chance, one run up at the ball from a kickoff, and that's it. He needs to hit the ball just at one precise moment. He seems to nail it, but when he's got a lot of time in a run up or a lot of time in an air dribble, he just doesn't seem to pick any time, any moment that makes sense to take the shot. Well, let's see if he can get this one. So usually a great place for Nwpo. Today it's been a struggle, and once again, no shot to any corner of the goal. No touch that compromises Rezears' position. It's just a goal line 50. What is happening with Nwpo? Is he going to go for it this time? Yes, he is, but even that gets saved. That's better, but still a bit too close. Oh, I'll tell you what, the Rezears has missed that. He's going to have to watch the ball bounce across the box as well. Nwpo pre-jumps, and he does stand strong in the way of Rezears, who should be winning by 2. He had an open net, but he chipped it off target. That's a blessing for Nwpo, who has still, I think, struggled massively with his big mechanical plays today. This is the most I've ever seen him struggle, to just get the mechanics firing on full cylinders. Great defense by Rezears. Intersecting the play at the only angle he could. Halfway through game 4. Still a 1-goal advantage for our German pro. Nwpo looking to dart around the side of him. That does create a boost steal opportunity. Rezears calmly slots himself back into the play. Nice recovery as well, but has Nwpo got the pace? Oh, he does. And that is a gorgeous flick as well to make sure that there's absolutely no doubt of the goal occurring. You'll notice there that Nwpo is actually dribbling with ball cam on, which isn't the general, it's not the standard way to dribble when you're carrying the ball. But it can be a very useful way sometimes to keep an eye on an opponent who's to your left or to your right. If you're dribbling the ball on the left-hand side of your car and your opponent is to your left, then actually, like Rezears is doing right now, he's leaving ball cam on there because it helps him see where Nwpo is a little bit better than snapping the camera straight forward with ball cam off. So keep that in mind. It's not always, you know, a black and white situation where you're ball carrying, turn off ball cam. It's not as simple as that. Sometimes it's advantageous to leave it on and gain information on your opponent's position. 1 goal advantage again. Rezears with the casual double tap. Nwpo looked for the mid boost grab. Rezears 1 step ahead of him. Now he's found a ton of space here. Rezears switches across the box, cuts back the other way. Can't imagine that is what he was planning when he set up this attack. Certainly he must not have liked the way that the ball was lining up in order for him not to shoot it there. Still, 1 goal to the good. Rezears constantly leading pretty much the entirety of this game. Now it's Nwpo's turn to come back from a 1 goal deficit, and he does. Now remember, even though Nwpo's looked off, he is just right now 1 goal away from game 5, and then it's anyone's game, so an off day for him definitely, but still on his off day, taking Rezears all the way to the last game in a series, potentially. He's pre-jumped. Rezears air dribbling straight at him. Knew a 50-50 was coming, but he still couldn't make it a good one. Nwpo too strong, mid-air. And that's the kind of defense we saw from him in game 1. The pre-jumps on aerial plays, the goal line saves were absolutely brilliant in the first game. Nwpo's got to keep that up. Rezears now. Just over 30 seconds to work with. Another pre-jump from Rezears. Actually pre-jumps to the ceiling. Saves a ton of boost. So that wasn't too much of an investment as it was a fake challenge there from Nwpo. Very creative stuff. Solid 50-50. Puts Rezears in the corner once again. Rezears jumps over the bump. He's got space now, finally. Been waiting for this chance to tie the game for a while. And oh, he went for the reset to try and do it in style. It just wasn't meant to be. Now Nwpo's going to let the ball drop. We're going to game 5 in a series that's been extremely weird, I'll say. Tough one to read, or tough one to really understand from Nwpo's POV. But he has made it into the ace match, regardless. Rezears looks like the favorite. I'll be completely honest with you guys. He looks like the favorite here. Nwpo's been a very inconsistent version of himself today, whereas Rezears has been a lot more steady. Nwpo's accuracy's been off, his mechanics, all the resets don't look like they're as automatic as they usually do. But let's see if his baseline of play is good enough. Even if he's not peaking, maybe he can still eke out a win. The next 4 minutes and 47 seconds will tell us if that's the case. And Forces, thanks to the 27-month Prime. Also Nwpo, thanks to the 2-month Prime. Colby Jack, 23, thanks to the brand new Prime as well. Big mistake there from Nwpo. Not killing a lot of time with his touch, as he intended to. But he manages to flick the ball past a lunging Rezears to make it a 1-goal game again. That didn't look like the most confident flick, but Nwpo knew if he could just get a little bit of height on that ball, it's going to be pretty difficult for Rezears to save with the low boost you have after playing for the kickoff. Rezears jumps off the ceiling, doesn't have a dodge for too long. He gets it back by landing. And Nwpo just sits on top of the ball for pre-flip challenging in the corner. Check out the technique by Nwpo on this one. This is perfect technique for maximizing your recovery. He knows that there's a wall right behind this challenge, so if he flipped the other way, if he flips to the left here, then he's probably going to land upside down on the wall. He's probably going to land poorly. That's why we see a little air roll into a pre-flip challenge to land properly and threaten the immediate goal after challenging. Just brilliant by Nwpo in these small exchanges. Rezears has to be praised today for his vision. Hits the bar on what was definitely an open net, but a tough one. Wow, how did Rezears just shrug off that demo? That's ridiculous. Nwpo darting first onto the wall, then off it, dodging demos the entire way. And another low flick from Nwpo is good enough. He's had a couple of standard flicks in this game to score 2 of his goals. 2/3 of his goals are just the old-fashioned diagonal front flip flick, and it might be a smart thing for Nwpo to focus on. If the mechanics aren't really feeling good today, that could be the reason that he's had a slight off day. He might just play it simple. You know, he's still moving very cleanly. The movement looks good. It's just the on-the-ball mechanics that have looked a little bit off for me, at least. Still absolutely loving the way that Nwpo's navigating his way around the field, dodging demos, sliding in and out of positions, but he's completely botched this kickoff. Is this a delayed kickoff, or did he just land poorly? We've got to take another look. Well, I'm honestly not quite sure what that was. I don't know what Nwpo, I'm not sure what Nwpo was thinking there. That just looked like a silver kickoff. Well, except for the speed flip setup, but the actual kickoff itself, I have no idea what he was trying to do. Because if you leave a bigger gap between yourself and the ball, you can just let the ball hit you and then pop over the opponent. But he was way too close. You can't do it if you're that close to the ball, because then as soon as the ball stops on your card, the opponent's just going to immediately dunk on you with the rest of their flip. You need to leave a big enough gap that the ball hits you, pops up in the air before the opponent gets you to make another touch. It was definitely a weird one. See, he didn't land too late. Sometimes people land late. Oh, look at this. Rezears has just placed a top corner shot with one of these little half volley pinch-esque shots on the ground. That's brilliant from Rezears. Absolutely fantastic stuff to go up by 1. He's definitely been the better player today, no doubt about that. But it doesn't really matter if you dominate 2 games and look like the better player overall. If the other player can just sneak out wins in 3, you lose the series, and now Nwpo's mechanics are returning. That is a lot more like what we expected from the young gun from the Middle East today. And what a perfect time it is for the flip resets to become part of his game once again. Half of game 5 left. Rezears looking to set up a long shot. Instead, uses that to create some space for himself. Nwpo is backing up. Nwpo managing his boost as carefully as he can. Fakes a challenge, drives back down the wall, and then really does throw himself forward at this. And it was so crucial that he made a touch onto that ball, because otherwise he was about to be gone. There was no way he was getting back. And Rezears still manages to get away through him. This is so impressive. I mean, that little setup doesn't look like much, but the self-pass off the back wall there needed to be ideal with such a low boost position. And Nwpo sitting on the goal line with 100. Great read. Oh, Rezears just completely clamps Nwpo's side wall double attempt. It looked like Nwpo was trying to take control of the ball here. Rezears 1 step ahead and absolutely slaps the ball into the open net as well. Don't forget, guys, Rezears absolutely tossed game 1. He threw it away. So this is really redemption for him. He is constantly redeeming himself here. Every single time that he wins a game, he is trying to prove to everybody that he really is the better player today, and that throwaway in game 1 is not going to be the main talking point at the end of it all. It will be the fact that he's won it. Nwpo is calmly advancing. Couple of fake 50-50s there. Just no dodge into the ball. Let Rezears flip out of the way instead. Great kickoff by Rezears. Again, he's constantly checking behind him to see where Nwpo is. Upon turning and realizing that there's no Nwpo on his screen, he immediately pops the ball. This is a very safe play by Rezears here. The pre-jump for Nwpo doesn't land, but the ball's off target. Nwpo closes the distance. Gets a big dunk on the infield. Wow, the fact that he's got this to go towards the goal is definitely unconventional. But Rezears was not ready for it. See, Rezears was blocking the outside. He thought Nwpo was just going to take a 50-50 head on. Nwpo air rolls to the outside edge of the ball and sends it straight towards Rezears' goal. Nwpo wins the race now to the mid-boost. Rezears forced to back down the entire length of the pitch, and now here comes the air dribble. Is it going to be something special? It is. Nwpo struggled all day with the resets, but he sends 2 in a row in game 5 to the top left corner. Placement, perfection by the youngster. 1 goal in it. Nwpo really is something special when he can play at his best. Intelligently leaves the boost, understanding that the shot was coming. But Rezears has managed to go past the early challenge here. It's a double tap on the open net, and he takes his time with it, slots it in. All about the initial outplay here. Rezears, oh, he just got the ball past Nwpo there. That was close, but well played to Rezears. Sneaking the ball past his opponent. 16-goal game, 8 for each player. Rezears looking to make it 9. Nwpo denies. Just over 30 seconds left. Rezears establishes a slow bounce dribble. Catches the ball into a flick. Trying to get the boost on spawn. He does get it. Perfect timing there by Rezears. Nwpo, unable to get a 50, unable to get a big bump, does end up conceding. That was just unreal boost steal there from Rezears. What patience, what knowledge to know that it was a safe time to just stop and wait for the 100 to respawn. Now Rezears with the wave dash, first back to the ball. Nwpo has to leave the situation, has to leave the area, and I don't think Rezears is going to even play a wall game here. He's just going to keep this grounded. Nwpo's the one who has to take a risk. How is he going to get another shot on target, I wonder? Is it possible? Rezears ships the ball into the midfield. Nwpo needs to play it high. He's got no other option than to go here. But he's actually got a shot on an open net. He's not able to make it happen though. Great stuff at the end of that game from Nwpo to fashion a chance on 0 seconds against Rezears. But today, I think Rezears did deserve this win. Well done to him. Very consistent throughout. He had the huge blunder in game number 1 for the open net miss. But since then, he was so consistent. Definitely deserved the win today. He says it's the first time that they've played a 1v1. Never played in ranked. So these two didn't know each other at all. Didn't know each other's playstyles at all. That's interesting, actually. I wonder if I wonder if we saw another matchup from them, who would gain more having played against each other today? Who would learn more? I wonder.